when I tell people that even if they give me appointments to work in TINUBU's government, I will never, or in fact, I don't even want appointment from any politician in Nigeria. Because you see these politicians, they will stain your white. As sometimes they give you an appointment because they feel that you are the person who was readily available at the time they were looking for a replacement. The moment they've seen someone they want to really give, or they have promised something, they find a way to remove you. And yes, they will remove you, and especially when you have a confrontation with the powers that be. I remember this woman being investigated by, normally when you are a DG, you are or the DMS, all those, that's directors of all different stakeholders in different parastatals like that. It is normal. They come, the House of Assembly, the National Assembly will come to check you, know what you are doing, you do your report, you do your returns. It's a normal practice, right? So this woman did her job, and then one day she had a confrontation with the House of Reps members, I think, or senators that came to see her. She should be Reps member. And the way they were speaking to this woman, she was very firm. I already knew that her time is already up. Let us listen to what she had to say, how she was removed from government as Minister for Women Affairs. Watch this video to the very end, though, guys. Watch.
So much. Yeah, it's good to see you smile. Because a lot of Nigerians haven't seen you. I remember clearly when you were a minister, you are one of the most popular ministers, because you are all over the place most of the time.
Exactly.
If something is happening in one secondary school or
you are
one
there.
primary school,
you are there. She did her job very well.
How have you been? What have you been up to?
Thank you so much. Let me first introduce myself the way it should be, because you said was removed. I am Uju Kennedy Ohanenye, the sacked Minister of Women Affairs. I think I'll prefer you to use that word.
The sacked
you
minister.
Understand my point? I am fine. Thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Well, since I didn't want to. Well,
she said she was removed, and now she said the sacked minister. Yes, she was sacked.
I was asking. Yeah, you are one of the ministers that were sacked by the president. 5 of you.
President, yes.
Yes, we're going to come to that just in a moment. But I just wanted to find out, what have you been up to? Because I think we saw you, if I remember very well, we saw you in court or one of those. But just bring us up to speed on what you've been up to.
Honestly.
Thank you. I was sacked, but my visions remain. My visions are not sacked. They still remain. So I've been doing all those things I was doing when I was the Minister of Women Affairs. I still go to court to defend the people that can't defend themselves and don't have money to get a lawyer. Okay. All the cases I had before I left, I am still handling it. I remember they are quite very sensitive cases where children, men, nowadays I can empower anybody, but of any sex, I can empower them. So at times I disguise myself. I go to the market. If I want to give like Okrikabe, I give to a lot of them. I will go to the market so that I get the right people.
Yes.
Remember, I always go out to make sure things are done right. That is very important.
You are always everywhere doing the right thing.
So I usually disguise myself, go to the market, and I'll be able to see those that are picking the Okrika, but they don't have money for bail. And I will now gather them before I remove my disguise for them to
know that you are
me,
the one.
Take them to where I packed those things, which was given to me by an organization, and I will give it out to them.
Wow.
So I'm virtually actually doing things I have been doing before. And I'm producing some movies on moral, which was partly what I wanted to do
before the appointment.
So that I'll be able to teach people about the mobile court that was coming up, which was already approved, and so many other things on how to rescue these children that are hawkers on the street, and so on and so forth. So most things I was doing.
The president spoke to all of you before the decision or before the announcement was made. So I'm wondering, what could he have told you as his reason for letting you go?
Do you understand?
I am not aware of that. So, because sometimes when it comes to these issues, I think you just let it be.
Honestly.
I'm sorry to answer it like this. Like I said, the most important thing is
that
I have been sacked. impact. And Nigerians know it. And I thank Nigerians for the kind of support they gave to me. I couldn't believe it. You know, they really supported me.
Because they know the kind of boss you had
now. Spoke out for me. I thank them. But at the same time, I keep advising, when one door closes,
another one
just
will open.
Try your best to reopen another one.
Yes.
Even if it's the one you closed before because of the other door.
Yes.
Reopen it and continue what you're doing.
Yes.
I don't like dulling my life over anything. At all. That's the point.
Yeah, so since maybe you didn't know why you were fired or the president may not have told you, I will tell you some of the things that Nigerians said that could be the reason. Some said, oh, you didn't have enough tact and diplomacy in carrying yourself as a minister. Others said it could be a question of competence. Others said it could be internal wrangling within the polity. Others said because you had no political godfather. Is there anyone
so how did she become appointed?
The things you may be thinking of as to why you were sacked?
I could talk on that because one, being Minister of Women Affairs, as at the time I was, remember I was handling very sensitive cases.
Yeah.
You will be in your office and they bring in a 2-year-old and show you.
Honestly, she was handling very, very hard cases.
Perhaps you got on the wrong toes and all of that. We're going to come to that. Okay. But just to land on this one and maybe move on from there is, the people pointed the issue of your face-off with the lawmakers. You storming event, a particular event, I remember saying this event was not sanctioned by your ministry. Some issues around you trying to sue the United Nations and all of that.
Wow.
Why were you pushing that hard as a minister?
So when I got in there, moreover, I'm very much in good terms with United Nations. I have no issues with them. All I was able to achieve is to change the action plan. The action plan was not making impact on the people of Nigeria. You can't be spending billions of dollars and the people, poverty continued increasing. And Nigeria is not seeing all this. What are we talking about? All I wanted them to do was to change the action plan in such a way that it will make an impact on our people, the vulnerable people. I said it in UNGA, I said it in CSW, and I kept saying it.
They don't like people that say the truth.
I still achieved it because we were able to change some of the things. UNICEF changed the action plan to focus more on things that will make more impact. And remember, some of the places they spend money is on social norms. And those social norms, you can't continue doing the same thing over and over again when it's not working.
Honestly.
You spend so much money, you say you're going to talk to them, you're going to do this, which was why they joined me. The mobile court I got, UNICEF and even UN Women, they went with me severally to Attorney General's office. They went with me to police station.
Madam, don't worry, we know.
Police station for these things.
We know.
Some of these UN people, they joined me to do that.
Don't worry, we know their plan.
I said I was going to sue the United Nations, they knew what I was talking about. And they knew what I needed them to do. So there'll be impact on my people.
So let's just
talking about our nation.
Okay, let's just suppose
shooting ourselves on the foot.
Let's just suppose a few issues. Now you talked about the action plan. Maybe you walk us through what this action plan is. I can't remember the amount exactly, but it's either $100 million or $500 million that was meant to be released as loans to support women and all of that. And then you needed to sign off. I don't know whether you signed up to that money. And maybe you bring Nigerians up to speed as to why, whether you signed off and why perhaps you didn't sign off on that particular money. Because there's been a back and forth.
I got to cut you off. No. Listen to me.
Yes.
I am no more there.
Yes.
If anybody should discuss this, you just mentioned, it should be my sister that is there, the recent, the Minister for Women Affairs.
Yes.
I am no more there. The day I dusted my legs out
Yes.
of that place,
Yes.
I forgot everything concerning that place.
Good.
And I've refocused my life.
Good. They should not ask you
I mean
anything.
it.
Is it you that will come and use? They want to use indirect ways for you to teach them their job.
The reason I was raising that issue, because I have a couple of things I want you to respond to on the program. The reason I was raising that issue was because I know
when
that
you know
there
you're
were
right too
issues
much,
at
they
that
don't
moment.
like it.
So whether there was a resolution to that issue is what I wanted to find out from you, because we didn't get to hear the end of it.
So she should come and tell you.
No, maybe the end of it is not yet there. So just find a way to
Hear the
answer
end.
that question to them.
Kai, this woman, I love this.